Hey everyone, my name is Jessica J and I want to welcome you back to my cooking show. Today we'll be featuring turkey chili and we're going to make sure that it's gluten-free by using a ton of fresh ingredients. As you can see in front of me, we've got cilantro, jalapenos, red onion, tomatoes, zucchini, and what we're going to do first is get started by cooking up the turkey. Alright, so turkey is in the pan, just cooking on a low to medium heat. Want to make sure that you get the super lean turkey. This one was 99% lean, so that just makes it nice and healthy. I'm going to let it cook for about 5 minutes on each side, and then I'll start breaking it up. Alright, so while we're cooking our meat, I'm going to also start sauteing some vegetables. I'm going to do 2 jalapenos, just cut off the tops. You don't want those in there. Then I usually will just cut mine down the center and start cutting them into smaller pieces. Cooking board is kind of loud. And if you don't want it super spicy, I would recommend that you take some of the seeds out. I know I like my chili pretty spicy, so I'll just leave that up to you. Like you can kind of actually just like pull it out like that, peel it out if you don't want them in there. Also, we're gonna want to saute up some onion, and we have a giant onion, as you can see. Start cutting it. And use about a half an onion. It kind of seems like a lot, but it'll give you a lot of flavor. Don't cut your finger off. Whoo, I'm gonna stop tearing up. We're just gonna put a little bit of olive oil in for our veggies. Put them in, start sauteing them. Just gonna let those simmer for a few minutes and then we're gonna add them right into our turkey. And just start adding some seasoning. Do just some chili powder. Gonna want to do some paprika right now. We're just breaking it up as it cooks. We just want to get the turkey into really small pieces. You can feel free to add more seasoning too at this part. Put in some cumin. So, alright, our meat is done cooking up. I'm going to put our jalapenos and onions right on top. Start mixing it in. And then you can turn your burner off. And we will start the chili. We have our big old pot and we are ready to start making the base of the chili. We've got diced tomatoes. I'm just going to dump them in. We've got 4 cans of them. And this actually says gluten-free right on the label. It's just basically tomatoes. So if you don't want to use canned, you don't have to. You could just chop up 5 to 6 big tomatoes and make your own base. Next up, we're going to add our beans and corn. We want 1 can of low sodium beans just to minimize on the salt. I'm just gonna strain them here first. So the first ones, we have our kidney beans. Then we have our reduced sodium pinto beans. And these also say gluten-free right on the label as well. They don't say certified gluten-free, but they do say gluten-free, which is nice. And then I'm gonna do 2 cans of corn, Dump them all into this and rinse them off. Really important to rinse them. All right, shake it up a little bit. And I'm gonna wait to dump that all in until this is cooking and warmed up. I'm gonna put this on the stove right now. I'm going to add just a little bit of chicken broth seasoning into the chili. I'm going to take 2 spoonfuls of it and pour it into boiling hot water. I've got 1 cup of water over here. Just going to mix it in there, and this is just going to give the chili some more flavor. And I just want to also point out that not all bases like this are gluten-free. This one is actually labeled gluten-free. So just always check the label before buying that. I'm just going to dump it right in here. And I'm also going to do 1 more cup of water to add to our base. Stir it up. Ready for some more vegetables put into our chili. I really like zucchini. I think you guys will find that you like it as well once it's in there. So I have a pretty large zucchini. I'm going to chop it up into little slices. We've got our very important cilantro to throw in. We're just going to cut some pieces of that off. Not too much to put in the chili because we're also going to put some on top of the chili once it's all done. So that's good for the cilantro. I'm going to cut up 2 more jalapenos so we can throw those in. We are getting to the fun part of combining all of our awesome ingredients. I'm gonna throw the zucchini in. Next up, we will put in our beans and corn. Hope I don't spill this. Little help, assistant?
What?
Get them all in there. Last, we will combine and finally put in our meat and jalapenos and onions. And the awesome part about making this all from scratch is that you can guarantee that it's all going to be gluten-free. A lot of the pre-made chili kits that you can get at the grocery store sometimes they'll have like wheat in there. There's so many different ingredients in the pre-made mixes that you never know if they'd be gluten-free or not. So for making it this way, you can assure yourself that it's all gluten-free, it's all healthy, all fresh, and it's gonna taste awesome. So once we've got all of our ingredients in here, we just start stirring it up. It looks so good. Okay people, we are ready for seasoning. Now this is where I don't want you to be afraid of the seasoning. Embrace it. We're gonna use a lot of pepper. Put that in first. Just ground black pepper. Next up, sprinkle just some oregano leaves, just a little bit. You don't need a lot of that one. I'm gonna stir those in. Okay, we're going to do, this is really important, chili powder. We're gonna do a lot of this one. Okay. Cumin, also equally important. Get a lot of that. Mix it all in. Can't forget about paprika. Gotta get that. Don't be afraid to use a lot of this either. Do just a little bit of crushed red pepper. Some garlic salt. Stir it up again. Now that we have majority of our seasoning in the chili, I'm going to take a little sample for myself to see how it's all tasting. give it 1 second to cool down. Ooh! Definitely got a kick to it. It's really good, really spicy. We have our final bowl of chili right in front of us. I'm going to just add the fixings to make it all ready to eat. So first up, I'm going to put some shredded cheddar cheese right on top. We're good. Next up, I'm going to take some Greek yogurt as a substitute for sour cream. This definitely has more protein in it. Just a little bit healthier option. If you wanted to make this meal dairy-free, then you would just, unfortunately, have to minimize the cheese and the Greek yogurt, but it would be really great without either of those as well, if you do need to be dairy-free. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of red onion on top, and then my favorite part, the fresh cilantro, just all over the top here. Okay. Oh, I forgot about the chips. I like to pair the chili with the blue corn chips. You can buy gluten-free blue corn chips at your local health food store, and just make sure that they say certified gluten-free on them, and they go really well with the chili. I promise that you'll love it. And now we are gonna look at it up close and sample it. And I'm gonna eat more cheese. Thank you, friends, for joining me today doing the turkey chili. I know that it's gonna be super tasty, and I'm about to go eat a whole bowl myself, which I'm really excited about. It's definitely gonna bring you happiness and warmth on a cold fall or winter day. So enjoy, and I will see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.